Hey guys, welcome to podcast with ArjunsCast, and this is our first episode which we have on YouTube. And here with me is Murtuzakutianawala.
Yeah, that's correct. What's up, guys? What's happening? Arjun, nice to see you, man.
It's great seeing you. This guy's been a part of my childhood. Basically, if you guys remember, Best of Luck Nikki, Sweet Life of Karan Kabir.
I was there.
I watched I am Davey today, and you were on 106 episodes. Best of Luck Nikki.
Yeah, so we did basically 4 seasons of Best of Luck Nikki across 4.5 years, and honestly one of the best times I've had in my life, because I never felt the pressure of performing. The people I worked with were amazing, from production to actors to anchors, and even the whole system of Disney was so amazing to be a part of. So thanks, man. I mean, it's nice to be here. It's your first podcast, it's your first episode. I hope this kickstarts in the best possible way.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. It is great. I've had conversations with people who have been in productions of Disney, and I've heard it's really great, especially for kids at that age. What age were you when you started? It might have been great to have that kind of exposure, be there, and especially Best of Luck Nikki was quite a big show at that time.
It became a big show. It was something that started off with, this is a rip-off from a show which is actually on in the US Disney Channel space, and it's called Good Luck Charlie, and they would make fun of it. And you know how social media is, they can rip a show apart. So I honestly kept reading the first season comments, and I went with the flow, and I was so bad at it. I still remember the first time I faced the camera, and they asked me to give me profile and take the light, and there was too much multitasking to do, which an actor gets only in process. So I was still learning, and as I was receiving feedback from people, I would literally get one message from probably a social media fan, and that would make my life. That would make my life. It was so much fun. But the way the show evolved and the way people started looking at it was as if they wanted to be a part of it. So they were fans, but they were, there's something about fans, they just become a part of your world, your universe, and they start wanting to be in that show. And be with ROHAN and the other characters and have them in there. So I felt like that, and that was a big achievement for the show, because we connected to every single age group, including the kids and the parents.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, to your first question, working with Disney, how was it? Amazing, man. I think, I wish everyone had opportunities like this in life. I managed to get it. I cherish it. I'm extremely grateful enough to have had it at the age of 20. And if I've made your childhood, then I may be really old right now. So let's not talk about it. In either case, buddy, I mean, if there is something that one should really do in their lives, is to throw themselves out there for an opportunity. Which may or may not exist, but if an opportunity exists and you think it does, you should meet it midway, and that's all it takes. So if you put probably your hand closer to an opportunity, if it works, doesn't work out, doesn't matter. But sometimes you sit and you're chilling with friends and you're like, bro, I have an audition to go for, and your friend is like, bro, तेरे को वैसे भी नहीं मिलने वाला है, बैठ जा. And I'm like,
still go for it.
Just go for it. I mean, पहला audition देने में क्या problem है? I used to just do plays in college, and I never wanted to be an actor. I decided to catch a bus. I was the last one to leave that audition. I didn't even get selected by the end of all of that. The reason I got selected is because the person before me who got selected asked for too much money, and that's why I got selected. So the universe offers you something till you don't quit trying.
That's true.
And that's precisely why I see that as an example for myself, for everything that I do from now.
Was there any point of time, my dad was an actor.
Yeah.
He did a show called Kahani Aur It got huge. So I've seen a lot of people go up to him and be like, "Arey, तुम तो गौरव हो ना? गौरव हो उस show से." But then that difference, seeing that difference, where a lot of people think from one day you become from Murtuza, you just become Rohan.
That's true.
You personally, that's you then. Your personality changes. Did that ever happen to you, or did that ever scare you that you change and evolve into a Rohan, become him truly?
So everyone's process is different. I had to understand the fact that I have a goofy side in me. I just had to bring it out.
Yeah.
It was all, I wasn't this person who was extremely smart and I had to transition into a dumb, goofy guy. I have watched a lot of Friends, which has Joey in it, who plays again a goofy character. There are other shows where there are goofy characters. You relate to them, you laugh with them, at them, and you still like them.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what I knew that I had to establish about my character. Did I change into that character? Did it become a part of my life? Very substantial part of my life, but there are so many emotions and so many people lying within you that you experience yourself in so many different situations that you just have to get that particular side of you out on camera and you've nailed it. There is an innocent, goofy side in you. Bring it out every time the camera says action and you've nailed it. So my process is playing myself but in different sides of me.
Yeah.
Right? And there are some people who turn into a person and go through. So that's a very different process which I don't believe in. But hey, but I'm not an actor.
Like I did acting for 1 year. I joined I'm NIKKI.
Okay.
I joined my drama team, did plays, and I saw people who were just natural.
You know Amatya Barade?
Yes.
He's a friend of mine.
Oh, that's great. We did our play with them. IPTA,
Yeah.
Indian People's Theatre Association, we won that. So he was one of the directors.
Okay, so Amatya and I, we were participants of TESCO.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, so I have directed plays myself, right?
Yeah.
So I have directed a bunch of plays. We participated in TESCO. We were one of the 5 winners in TESCO. So it was Amatya's play, my play, and a bunch of other 3 plays for
So you had a play in Prithvi basically.
Yeah. I've
That's
performed.
awesome.
My plays still perform in Prithvi and NCP.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So we ran a production house while I was doing Disney.
Yeah.
I was running a production house for about 6.5, 7 years with 2 of my best friends, where I have written plays, directed plays, and that was pure passion, man. I always wanted to be a director, just like you love to interview people and have your own podcast, and that's your passion. I love creating things and managing people to create things together. Like I love that. That's what I get a kick out of, and that's one of the reasons why I left acting in the first place. Because I was on stage, I was being directed, but I would care about what other people were doing in that shot, and I would go behind the director's chair and be like, so how did this work out? How did this go? I was so passionate about directing. There were times when I was asked to AD shows in other shows because they saw that in me to want to do it. The funny fact is that I didn't stop myself. I went ahead and directed plays. Today, the production house that I am no longer with are my best friends.
Yeah.
I had to move out and start this company on my own because we were not in sync in terms of just thoughts and processes. You know how sometimes things don't fall into place. But I mean, I still love them. I still work with them, and we still talk about work like it's mine.
Yeah.
And there is a play that's very close to my heart. We've crossed over 100 shows in Pan India, and we performed in Muscat, and we're doing great with it. And it has only 2 actors on stage. So yeah, so that so like I mentioned, Amatya and all of us were sort of people who started theatre and wanting to be theatre production artist of sorts together at the same time.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Okay, just a random question. I wanted to know, where is the cast? Are you still in touch with them? Are you guys still meeting? Because to be truthful, we used to see a lot of recaps, a lot of best of luck Nikki. I met Sheena.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think so. She comes to our colony for swimming and stuff. So my sister knows her somehow. So that's how I met her. And when I met him, I was like, I need to get this guy because I thought, how great would it be if I could get one podcast with you, one podcast with her, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe one together. It's just the fact that it's a weirdly cool thing. It's like being the Josh Peck to a David Dobrik. So it's like you are the Disney star of my childhood. Yeah, exactly. So the main thing which I wanted to ask you was you said to us, me and Manav. So hi guys, Manav is here. He's the cameraman, and you said to us our generation is really smart and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
At 18 you were acting plus you were running a production house. Like I'm not saying it's something to do with any generation as such, but that's great for any generation. At the age of 18, doing both of them. But do you think doing so much ever left any regret? Oh, if I wouldn't have done this, maybe I would have got to do something else.
I don't think anyone should ever think that way in their lives, because I don't, and I sincerely think that if there are people out there who think that if I did this differently, I would get this, that's not true, because at that point of time, in that personality, in that moment, you are that person who would have taken that decision. So that doesn't change, man. There is no regrets to be had, and there is no way that anyone should have regrets with anything in their lives. The better they have a chance at living life in a better way if they actually accept what they are and how they've been through. People who regret and stick around about how my life could have been different are just wasting their thoughts and emotions. They should rather just focus on what's coming ahead, because what they would have done differently was not going to change.
That is true. That is really true. You're really philosophical sometimes. I've seen that, man. Really wise.
I want to be a motivational speaker.
You should be.
I want to plug that in just because I want to throw it out there in the universe. So if that works out, you never know.
Yeah, you should. Weirdly, I am the Secretary of Corporate Affairs in our entrepreneurship.
So slide it in, man.
Yeah, man.
Go for it. Tell them.
Plug number one, get Mustafa motivational speaker events. We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Sure.
Plug number one. Are you still in contact with the cast? What's up with them?
So I'm not regularly in conversations with them. Like we don't chat on and off. We chat very much for a birthday, someone's birthday, wish them, or we probably reach out to someone randomly for some work. I live this side of town in Mumbai, so a lot of times they might want to reach out to me for some recommendations or something. Or if today I saw Gurdeep's or Sheena's or Akash's stories and we commented on each other's stories if I know. Girish would randomly call me up, was my father on the show, and ask me, listen buddy, what do you know about this guy? What can we do? What is the thing? More work-wise oriented stuff. So we do keep in touch. We are very much fond of each other still. Fortunately, we were one of the casts, one of the shows in which the cast did not have too many problems with each other.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
The amalgamation of these, fun people coming together and having to enjoy themselves on set was the outcome of the show, which is why the show was so good, is what I think. Because we were not artists who were stepping over each other and trying to gain some camera time. We were actually people like let's make a good scene.
Yeah.
Like let's figure out a way to really capture some good moments.
So you were having fun actually.
Yeah.
It was not just work, it was actually fun.
Yeah, we had tiring times and hours and hours of shoot, but there were times when we were together and we were doing some really funny scenes. We would just enjoy ourselves, man. We would just like go crazy.
I remember that episode with you in the water bed. you going to someone's house, like your neighbor, and you going to the waterbed and you just having fun. And I was just at home and I'm like, damn, I want a waterbed. I want that, and it's just great. You know what just popped up in my head? Where is Nikki?
So Ananya was Nikki, who plays the character of Nikki. She was the brightest kid who I would have possibly known in Best Love Nikki, and we were so fond of her because we've not seen a kid like that who's so young and knew that she was acting.
Exactly, yeah. She was a great actor even at that age.
She knew that there's a camera, this is my camera, that's my camera, this is the dialogue, I react, then this happens. You know, when people say that kids are smarter for one reason because they don't focus on too many things when they want to eat,
Exactly.
because they just want to eat. Like, she just knew that this is my dialogue at this point and I just have to take
have to do that.
I just have to take it. So it's like you reacted, I've given my dialogue, and she would do the same thing in every single shot, and there would never be a retake because of Ananya, also known as Nikki. So that was the cutest part of the entire thing. The other thing is, as she grew up, she knew everyone obviously because we were working for almost a span of 4.5 years together. Last I met her parents, I couldn't meet Ananya, was at a flea market or something like that, and they happened to tell me that she still misses the cast, but I haven't met her in almost 4 years.
Wow.
So she must have really grown up.
Is she in Mumbai?
Yeah, she is, I think.
We should contact the whole cast. And it'll be great, man. Like, you never know.
If you can get it together, then you should try it out, man.
We should, man. We should. But everybody in the whole cast has taken a very different route because, like, I saw where Sheena went. She's gone in the, I think so, modeling. You know, she's a good big Instagram influencer. She's done that. I'm seeing her do that on Instagram and stuff. But do you think, as an actor, you were a former actor, do you think that's worth capitalizing? Do you think you would want to? Because, like, plug number 2, get Murtuza on Instagram.
I am on Instagram.
Yeah.
I am, but I'm not as active as Sheena is, or I'm not as responsive as a lot of other influencers are. So I never wanted to be an influencer for all the obvious reasons, because I wanted to be someone behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Being on Instagram and projecting your life, which is not true to yourself, was not something I could think of.
Yeah. Exactly.
I couldn't.
That's possible.
Yeah, so if you ask me to take some really cool pictures, wear some really cool clothes, and stand behind something, write some really cool quote, honestly, I could be cooler with my friends. I wouldn't be able to be cool with rappers.
Yeah.
And it's not possible. It's just not possible. So I tried, but I failed because I couldn't live up to it. I just couldn't live up to it. Like, I cannot spend a lot of my time on the internet. It's very difficult for me to enjoy life. So I couldn't do it, but I am on Instagram.
Yeah.
I love using it. I still do. I still post a lot of things when I can.
I saw it on Instagram. You have like 20,000 followers.
But
which is still like good enough.
honestly, I could have done better than that, and I know that.
To be
because-
very true, like I know a certain account. I can show you later. Her name is Priya. She has 1 million followers. And she's it's not even like she's providing any value on her content. You go and see that. Go and see Priya on Instagram. It's just Priya, nothing else. And it's crazy. It's just crazy the kind of people who gained an audience. Maybe because you were just too early on Instagram. Like certain people who came too early on Instagram and gained audiences, but certain people who did not capitalize.
So, to capitalize on Instagram or any other platform, you've got to be proactive.
Yeah, that's
in understanding that if today I am doing 7 things which is not Instagram, one of it is not Instagram, I'm not going to make it on Instagram. Okay?
Yeah.
I've got to do, my agenda needs to have Instagram in it
As first priority.
as priority to be able to live up to Instagram.
Exactly.
Or TikTok or other platforms. Whatever it is. If you can put up stories of your life, if you can put up posts which concern food or what people would want to see of your life, even if it's not true, it is a full-time job.
It is.
And if you can live up to a full-time job, then you should go ahead and do it.
It's actually, it seems more than a full-time job. This was just the reason why I chose podcasting over daily vlogging, because to be very true, I don't see anybody in the world, whether it be David Dobrik or whether it be Logan Paul, it's never one person who can pull off a vlog. Because a vlog is the perfect life. It's you're rich, you're roaming around the world, you've everything sorted.
Sure.
The point of starting something like this is to talk about everything. Okay, I made mistakes. This is my, this is my positive side, this is my negative side.
Sure.
But when you're on a vlog, you're just, everything's great in life. You're always happy. And it's just, you're there from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. doing nothing else but thinking of what is the next thing which I can do which can get me 2 million views. Here I'm thinking about, okay, this video might get 10-20,000 views, maybe even less than that.
Sure.
But the fact that I get the chance to sit down with you, and the fact that maybe out of the whole audience, even if 1,000 people are like, damn, Rohan, I got to see Rohan, I got to know what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody's like, okay, I like this form of making content. Maybe someone actually made a content better than this and became, or David Dobrik became an impulsive podcast. That is what I want. That's all I want. That's why every time I did something like that was the reason. Like Manav right here, he's a cameraman. He's great on Instagram. He's amazing on Instagram. I just got banned on Instagram. I don't know.
That's a bunch of good-looking people. I don't understand. You guys should totally milk these social media platforms.
I'm trying.
Yeah, do some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Dance on random shit.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just go and do.
So obviously, women are doing so well on these TikTok and Instagram for all the right reasons. They look pretty. They've got amazing filters. They're
Girls, 13, 12-year-old girls.
They're doing it so well. They're killing it. The guys are trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So if you have some amazing dance moves or you look amazingly good looking, and you can pull off a great hairstyle, throw some color in it, you might just get a lot of Instagram and TikTok followers. So
Manav. Great hairstyle, good looking guy.
Good looking guy.
See him 5 years ago. We were in the same class, we were singing Honey Sing songs, crying about how damn, we were not going to end up anywhere in life. And 2-3 years later, this guy, 2-3 years later after that, I look the same. I shot up at height and everything in 7th grade. I look the same. The only difference was I had a mustache.
Okay.
I had a mustache. So I look a little different. This guy, he changed totally. I left school in 10th grade, he left school in 12th grade. The same school.
Okay.
2 years. He basically capitalized on that opportunity and became the guy.
In school.
He is the guy in school. Yeah.
He's got a lot of girlfriends, is it?
I won't let that out. But yeah, do you?
Anyway, so I mean, you guys really can get this entire, this whole phase that everyone is going through with Instagram, TikTok, podcast. Everyone's like, do a podcast, man.
Exactly.
Podcast really works, film it. It's got some sound value as well. This is that generation that everyone's trying to milk, living a life through vlogging.
Exactly.
And people really think that by the end of all of this, I could not run my father's business, or I could not get a job, but I could do vlogging.
Exactly.
And I could do this. And that becomes the meme of everyone thinking that, boss, dad, I don't need a job. I can be a millionaire by just doing YouTube videos, by just doing Instagram. But it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's like a fool's paradise. It's
exactly. It's the winners in all of this are companies who manage these people.
Exactly.
Okay, not a lot of people know that, but it's how companies or the platform benefits from all of this. Because they motivate you that they think you can make money through all of this. So a lot of you kids put up all these videos and ingest the platform with volumes and volumes of content, which adds great on their database to go to a brand and pitch to them and say that these are the number of users, and that's what makes life easier for them. So
That's great. I need to do this. I need to plug this. Have you seen Fight Club?
Fight Club the movie?
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Yeah, wait. Fight Club quotes. I love that quote. And wait. It's just about our generation and the generation of the past where content creation became a career option where you're like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can create content and I can become a full-time YouTuber. Unfortunately, what people are doing is, you know what, I'd never created my first video, I'm just leaving my job, I'm leaving everything, and I'll figure it out.
Sure.
That might have worked out for one person, but that doesn't for everybody. That's what I think, personally.
But I mean, unfortunately, we're living with 1.4 billion people in our lives in India.
Yeah, that's true.
And since we're in the the one-tier cities, Mumbai is one of them. We're more educated, we're more exposed to the internet, Wi-Fi, and developed environment around us. But the people who are coming up, they don't even know what Instagram and YouTube is. They know what TikTok is, right?
Exactly.
So they believe that is content and that's what's fun for them. And the value of content is deteriorating.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't know if I'm right on this or not, but I feel the quality of content in some ways.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know this will be a really weird thing to say, but when I see the amount of effort put into content, I feel sure you can put less effort and make great content.
Sure.
But you know, there's just so many people out there. When you open the TikTok app, you got 15,000 views on a video and you did nothing. You got 400,000 views and all you're doing is setting up a camera and lip syncing. That can be great. There are TikTokers like Liza Koshy. She does some of the TikToks where I'm like, okay, damn, that is talent.
Yeah.
But then there's so many people who are just like, they're not doing a lot. And it's just sometimes I feel at one point of time there was actual YouTube where you were, you know, doing stuff, you're trying to get there. YouTube, I think so, it's at its peak because now you just need to one up. You can't be Zoila to make it. You need to be a Mr. Beast. You need to be a PewDiePie. You need to one up the game in order to get there. And I don't know if I'm right or not, but I feel it is deteriorating. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it is. You do need to be a one-up, and for sure you do. But people want to come down to India, man.
Yeah, that's so true.
And people want to exploit this market and to exploit this market, they can't understand how to do it. So the people you're naming have 100 million subscribers, sure, on YouTube, but he's been on it for very long.
Exactly, very long.
And people on TikTok with not so much time spent on TikTok and managed to just do stupid stuff and get 15 million.
Yeah, that's
So if you check growth ratio
that way.
of subscriber base and people base, it's tremendous.
It's crazy.
It's madness. So PewDiePie is wondering right now, how do I get to India?
Exactly.
How do I get this market? And that's what
The biggest growth he
everyone is-
had in his career was T-Series, India. That is the biggest growth he had. I know the amount of people who know PewDiePie now because of T-Series.
Yeah.
And okay, I just wanted to say this quote once. So it's, we are a generation without weight in our history, no purpose or place. We do not have a world war. We have no Great Depression. Our war is spiritual. Our depression is our lives. we are created through the TV to believe that one day we would be millionaires, movie stars, or rock stars, but we won't. It's really very deep, but it's kind of like, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Are we recording again?
Yeah. No. It's just it stopped in between. I'm continuing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But did you get that?
Yeah, I got the whole thing.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. It's crazy the way the world is going on right now. Because I never thought I'd come here. I never thought I'd be out of my small bubble of, you know, because I thought I'll do one thing. I'll get out of school, I'll go to a college, I'll do my studies in India, run my dad's business, be settled there.
Sure.
But the last 6 years, so much changed. Maybe that's everybody's 5-4 years of their lives, but maybe that's what. When I saw the amount in the last 5, 6, 7 years, the amount the lives have changed, it's maybe because of connectivity.
Yeah.
The amount of people you start to connect with so fast.
Sure.
Out of nowhere. Like, for me, it was very, very weird knowing that at one point I was connected to 100 people, the next point it was 1,000. And for you, you know, you're 18 doing acting, you know, what time do you think Best of Luck Nikki actually shot up?
It already did do well in its second year. Third year, it was already something that people were crazy about. And the fourth year, people couldn't wait for it to start again. So when it actually got there, by the fourth season, they were at it, like the show was at its peak. The moment it got done, people wanted more. And it was over by then. So the reason it's spoken about so much is because we teased the audience enough to want it more.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't do it. So true to itself, and how much I love it, because I grew up watching a lot of these movies. I love watching Disney movies. I've loved watching cartoons. I've loved watching these things. There's something about the innocence in kids' cartoons.
Yeah,
and storytelling in kids' cartoons, which is unmatchable in terms of the imagination that it can go up. It's infinite. And I really wanted to be a storyteller through animation because of that. That is one. One is passion. The other is money, right? So
Yeah.
why did I do this? For money. The thought behind animation and kids content and stuff that we're doing is now also adult animation comedy. To be honest, animation is one thing that can be maintained in several different languages and still look like it belongs to that language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you had, for example, a Mickey Mouse and you put gibberish as a voiceover,
Exactly.
it would seem like, okay, this language was gibberish.
Yeah.
Or you put an English
Yeah.
or a Hindi, it doesn't
Basically,
matter.
you're saying it doesn't have a language to it. It's the view. It's seeing
But
what
if you have an American who's shot in live action
Yeah.
and in an accent, and then you dub it in Hindi, it looks like a
it
dub.
looks exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is one of the very, it was a great distribution strategy. We started making a lot of video content for YouTube and a lot of other platforms. That's how we started with kids content, but mainly like nursery rhymes and preschooler content. Preschooler is basically early learning videos for kids up to the age of 5.
Okay.
Okay, nursery rhymes you will obviously know.
Of course.
So we started creating this content, we started sort of distributing it across video platforms. Much sooner we started the animation studio because we really wanted to create some meaningful content at the same time, but without really putting our money on the line. So we started creating content for other people at the same time. Currently, we are distributed on close to 15 platforms, video platforms. We have volumes and volumes of content created for other clients. We're also in the midst of collaborating with international producers
Yeah.
who can create content together, and we could together create cartoon series together. And we're also going to be starting some interesting network on YouTube and TikTok
Oh.
for adult content, not just for kids.
Oh. TikTok for adults and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. That Joe. What I love about your company is there's a lot of variation. I don't think it's like you don't have one thought process. You're adapting to everything.
I am.
You're one person and you're trying to be like, okay, I think this is right. I want to adapt to it. I want to try this. I want to try this. I want to try this.
So, I mean, it is what you're saying is right. If I had to stick to my thoughts and be focused on achieving what I really want to achieve, I would have probably had to shut down ages ago.
Yeah.
The reason I am adapting is because there is a need to adapt. Content changes, platforms are changing, revenue changes, markets are changing, people are competing, markets are bad, people are living their lives off credit periods. It's really messed up. So what does happen in a scenario like this? You are taking a responsibility of over 35 people and you need to sound like you know your shit. So when you put a business plan in order and there is some after effect of maths to it which comes and disrupts it, you've got to think of plan B, plan C immediately. And it's not just about, it's like people adapt to changes. A business adapts to changes. If it doesn't adapt, then there's sincerely a problem, because it's going to face a very dull period in its life.
Yeah.
And change is good for not only people.
Adaptability in business is very important.
Very important.
Any place in life you need to adapt.
So we as a company and the people I work with, I'm very fortunate enough to have them, because they adapt with me and they adapt with growing changes. We are actually in the works of creating the first adult animation comedy in India.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I don't know if you guys watch stuff on Netflix, but
Yeah.
Netflix does showcase a lot of adult animation comedies like BoJack Horseman,
Yeah, exactly what I thought.
Family Guy, and a lot of others. So we don't have that set up yet, and no one's really worked towards it. We worked on this IP which we started through Instagram comics, and now we want to develop it and make it into an adult animation comedy. So that's going to be something that we're working towards now.
Yeah.
So we're figuring out, the entire production plan currently, but we should be working on it soon enough and having that going on.
That's great. That's actually a lot of information, man. Yeah, you are doing a lot. Like, it's actually great because when I talk about a lot of stuff, it's so varied. It's in a large space, but when you're doing something specific. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have a bad throat.
Bro, just get someone to get water.
So now my throat is good, and let's get back to it.
Yeah, let's go.
So, what do you think? What do you think are your plans for the future, like 5 years hence? What do you think? Where will you be?
Where will I be? Where would I want to be? I would sincerely want to be more comfortable with my life. I would want to sort of take a backseat of the struggle and want to settle with what I have and grow what I have.
Yeah.
At 30, what I am and what I expect myself to be at 35, I want to be in a situation where I've made a couple of movies, TV series, perhaps some really interesting musical plays,
Awesome.
and look back and think about what I actually created was so good.
Yeah.
That's perhaps what I really intend to do. And do some really good things, man, for people. Help people out, do some nice things. People should think about me in all the good ways. And that's about it.
Yeah. Like at the age of 32, you've
30.
quite
Increase my age by 2 years.
At 30, you've quite a good office. You are doing really good for yourself. And I think the last time we met, you told me 36 employees in 2 years, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's great. That's like being there and in the startup culture, seeing so many people, and people are getting onto it. And the weirdest thing is, people think more people is success, getting more employees, but the fact that it's sustaining, and even the layout of your office, the fact that there are no boundaries, there are no cubicles, that small stuff, but the difference, you see that difference, you understand thinking of office, the difference that we
You're going to find that with all the new people who
Exactly.
come to our companies, to be honest. I'm sure you must have visited a few offices or seen a few things
Yeah.
yourself. It's very different from the way our parents looked at offices.
Exactly. Yeah.
Culture is more important today. People are talking about culture the way it gives a higher productivity, right?
Yeah.
So, very important. I walk into my shops in office and I saw the next day 3 other employees started doing that, and I was okay with it. I was like, why should I restrict people from wearing what they really enjoy wearing at work, because they are the most comfortable wearing shorts. I don't want them to wear shoes, like formal shoes, and think about what they're going to wear before they leave for work. So it's honestly what comes out of it, rather than how they look, what's their appearance, for me at least. Because having been a more presentable sales office kind of a job, then yeah, I understand that you need to look presentable. But we're all ourselves here, and I love that culture.
Exactly. And that is great, because I feel creativity comes when the maximum
At your comfort.
at your comfort, when you have, okay, I'm not thinking about anything else. I don't need to think 10 times about how my hairstyle is, how I'm looking,
Absolutely.
about my white shirt, my formal shoes. I can think about whatever I want because I am ready.
That comes with anything, bro.
Yeah.
Even while doing a podcast like you,
Exactly.
as long as you're comfortable with yourself, you will nail it. If you're acting on screen, if you're comfortable with the way you look, even if you have dark circles or you have makeup which is less, or you have a pimple on your face and you're like, shit, I'm looking like this, and it sort of reflects in the way you're doing things, not cool.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
if you possibly have the ability to not care about the way you look and rather be good at the way you are at what you're doing, it's just going to be a better positive vibe for everyone.
That's really true. So now, before we wrap up, I just wanted to ask, if you were in my shoes, what would be the question that you would ask me that maybe I didn't?
What would I ask me?
Yeah,
If I was
ask
in your
yourself,
shoes?
yeah.
I would definitely ask a few tips about podcasting
Okay, yeah.
from Murtuzakutianawala, and my reply would be, for sure man, give me a call whenever you need me,
Yeah.
and I will help you out.
Awesome, perfect. So, yeah, I'm gonna get a few tips now. But really, this is a great podcast, and this is my first video podcast. So thanks to you for joining in.
Thanks man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to you for this opportunity. I don't think this would have happened if you wouldn't have said yes at that point of time. And thank you, Manav, for being there as the cameraman. And hit me up on Instagram and hit Murtuza. So plug number 4, and that's it. So see you guys.
Thanks guys.